don't understand why you're 40 years old playing the game still. So.
Well, I mean, what game do you think you're going to be playing when you're 40? When do you think you're going to stop playing games? What's the age? What's the age? What's the cutoff age?
When you're out of high school and college.
You're a high school kid?
Yeah, I'm in high school. Yeah.
How old are you?
Why does it matter?
Well, I mean, you foresee yourself in the future quitting something you love, like video games? Do you not love video games? You just cruise through it.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of a waste of time when you're that old. But.
Well, how do you know? You're not old yet. I mean, I can think of probably reasons that video games would be a waste of time for a high school kid, too. Do you have a 4.0? Are you in honor classes to get more than a 4.0?
No, but...
You know what I'm saying? There's more things you could be doing to improve your life than playing video games, too, right?
Yeah, you study and not play games.
Hey, just recreation, man. Having fun. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Alright, then.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Honey Badger Arcade's Melee May. Today I'm going to be playing Street Fighter X Tekken. It's probably one of the more contentious fighting games. A lot of controversy around it. It was, well, I would call it ambitious, but... Hey, W. Stanley, what's up, man? What's up, Zeranx? What's up, Norwegian? How you guys doing? Somebody put a aw shit in there. Alright. So, this was a crossover, obviously, between the Street Fighter franchise by Capcom and the Tekken franchise by Namco. And it's interesting because these two fighting games are very different from each other in terms of like how they play and how their fighting systems work. Obviously, Street Fighter is 2D plane, and there's a lot of verticality and jumping, you know, involved. And Tekken is more, I wouldn't say a simulator, but it's got more of a ground game where there's style of combos and such. So it's like, how do you make these things work? And I think this game was the attempt to do that. Originally, Capcom was going to make this game, which was Street Fighter X Tekken, and then Namco was going to make a game called Tekken X Street Fighter, where they bring the Street Fighter characters into the more Tekken engine. But that never happened. The only thing that happened was that we got Akuma as a guest character in Tekken 7, which I already featured earlier this week. But that was basically the closest they got to that happening. And part of it probably has to do with the fact that Street Fighter X Tekken underperformed in terms of sales, and there's a number of reasons for that. Does that vid have a title? If not, I suggest Beaten by Logic. Oh, I don't know what vid you're talking about. Sorry, I missed that. But yeah, so for some reason there's like some I don't know, it's just emo music? I don't know. But you can tell that, you know, there was a serious attempt to make this happen, and I think it could have been great. I like this game, honestly, but I can see that there were some mistakes made in terms of like how they executed it. The opening video with the guy talking about 40-year-olds playing. Oh, I don't know what that's from. My opening video. I just saw it. Somebody put it in my Discord, and I thought it was funny, so I used it for my intro. Just like my closeout with the salt, you know, and the Alyssa Mercante clip. That was from my Discord too. It might be time to change those things, but all right. So we're gonna play some Street Fighter X Tekken. I haven't played this in a long time. It says press start, but actually you press X. It's weird they say press start, but actually you just press X to play. So, some of the stuff about the controversy. I want to ask you guys. Okay, I like the intro. Yeah, it's a cool intro. I want to ask you guys, because this has like been the subject of a lot of debate and discussion. Okay, in particular when it comes to fighting games. So like, I think fighting games are unique or like other maybe hero shooters as well, like games that basically feature a roster. Oh, and by the way, if you guys hear a lot of like loud banging on my end, I apologize for that. It's outside of my hands. The maintenance guys are working on something upstairs in the upstairs apartment, and it can get pretty loud. So let me know if you guys can hear that, and if that's an issue. Also, let me know if the sound is okay for this. And I hope that you're not hearing it, but you might be. So I apologize if you do, but yeah, I can't help it. I live in an apartment, and you know, unless I can like buy a house, which I'd like to someday, this is just what my life is gonna be for now. So. But anyway, so this is the controversy, okay? I like the opening vid, the ending vid is fine, but Lisa Mercante is the only thing I don't like. I understand that without her, the vid doesn't work. Interesting vid, yeah. You don't hear any banging? Okay, well, they're up there. They're doing some banging. I don't know what it is. Sounds like they're building a fucking, you know, fort up there, and they're moving things around, and it's noisy. But they're doing it now because most people are out, you know, they work outside the home. So this is like the best time for them to do it. But anyway, all right. So back when fighting games were brand new, like there was a new thing in fact, when the original Street Fighter 2 was out, it wasn't classified as a fighting game. It was classified as an action game because fighting games didn't really exist. Okay, now beat 'em ups did, but beat 'em ups are not fighting games. And it was classified as an action game. And of course, there was all of this. It basically blew up the spot, created a genre. Street Fighter 2 created a genre of game that, you know, it existed. Like there was Karate Champ and VR Kung Fu and stuff, but they weren't at this level. They weren't like as in depth as Street Fighter 2 was. There was even the original Street Fighter, right? But it became its own genre, and Street Fighter 2 was so popular that Capcom made an updated version of Street Fighter 2 to expand on it, called Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. And in Champion Edition, they made it to where you could play the same character, you could do mirror matches, and they added the 4 boss characters as playable characters. And this was in arcades, but it also was on home consoles, right? And then they made Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which was Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, but faster, and it had different colors. And then there was Super Street Fighter 2, which was Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition with the 4 playable boss characters and 4 new characters, Cammy, Fei Long, DJ, and T-Hawk. And then there was Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which had all of the stuff I talked about before, and it was at a faster speed, and every game changed, you know, some of the moves around. They tweaked things. Like if you played the original Street Fighter 2, Ken and Ryu were identical. They were just color swaps, but because they were making mirror matches possible in Champion Edition, they made Ken and Ryu play differently. And then over time, this is why Ken and Ryu are so they're very similar, but they're very different in their own way because of that evolution. But whatever home version of that game was made available was also, like, you had to buy it again, right? Did you hear they got the go-ahead to do a New Vegas remaster? I heard about that, but I never played New Vegas. So, or I've only ever played Fallout 3, and I heard they're remaking that too. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So if I had Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo, and then I think that they skipped out on Champion Edition, but they did release Turbo, so you had to buy Turbo if you wanted to be able to play the boss characters. And then I think they made Super Street Fighter 2 later on, and you had to buy it again. And then, like, we're at a time now where instead of buying a whole other edition, although some fighting game franchises do that, you look at Guilty Gear, for example, Guilty Gear 2, and then there was Guilty Gear Accent Core. There were a number of Guilty Gears that were sequels or expansions on Guilty Gear 2. So it was like the same game, but they were adding characters and they were changing, you know, things around. But you were basically playing the same game. You just had to buy it again. I know I had like 3 Guilty Gear games on the PS2 that were essentially just Guilty Gear 2, but with like different updates. And then we got to the point where people could buy like you can download games, right? So that's when DLC became a thing. And when DLC became a thing, I think that there was a conversation about, okay, so like now that we have DLC, people don't have to buy another version of the game just to get the additional content. They can just buy the additional content. I actually have a little thing about this because I think it is a subject of a lot of controversy, okay? So the evolution of additional content in fighting games, such as characters, stages, and gameplay tweaks, and of course this is also applicable to things like hero shooters or other games that where this makes sense. I can't say every kind of game, but like this kind of thing, right? And gameplay tweaks has shifted from the edition-based updates of the past, like Street Fighter 2's multiple versions, Champion Edition, Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, to modern models like DLCs or season passes, and new editions, as noted right, that I was saying before. There's all these different methods of doing the same thing. These updates would indeed be considered DLC today. So like if Street Fighter 2 existed today, then Champion Edition would likely be downloadable content for Street Fighter 2 instead of another game, right? But they often require players to purchase entirely new games that would be in the past. So what is the best model? Like really, like what makes the most sense? Like because what you can't do is say that everything should just be free. I mean, you could do that, but then the company has to make money somehow, and all of this stuff requires work on their part. So do you make the additional characters free to everybody, in which case you have to monetize a different way? This is what they did with Overwatch, for example, where Overwatch, every time they released a new hero, everyone got access to it, right? But then they had to monetize the game in other ways, so they had loot boxes and like other ways that you could that they could make money. And then you could say that loot boxes are exploitative, but then it's like, well, then how do they monetize the game? Because if you just buy once and you pay like, I think Overwatch was like, $50 when it came out, then you have to they would have to constantly keep the game up to date, and no one is giving them any more money. So you have to ask yourself if that makes sense, because a fighting game that was just released on a console like a PS2 or a Super Nintendo like Street Fighter 2, there was no updates. You just got the game and you were done, right? So there was no maintenance, so there was no time investment by the developers. As games get more and more involved, and there's more call for maintenance on the part of developers to keep updating the game. And also people call for balance changes, or they may have to tweak things or whatever. This is what happened with Overwatch as well. So you could make all the characters free, or you could charge for them and then let people decide if they want them or not. Or you could create season passes, which is what a lot of games do these days. But I don't know that any of those are necessarily unethical. I just think they're different ways of solving the problem. Like another thing, one of the big problems with this game was that somebody went into the game code and they saw that the characters were already, the characters you could buy were on the disc. And there was a lot of rage about that. And what I was thinking is that, well, because it's a fighting game, it's either going to be on the disc or it's going to end up on your hard drive. It's either going to be on the disc or on the hard drive, right? Because if you're playing a fighting game, let's say that you're playing a fighting game and there's a character you can buy and you don't want to buy it, but you want to play online with other people. Well, if you end up fighting against a person who's using the character you didn't buy, that character should still be able to appear in the fight. So that data for that character has to be on either your disc or your hard drive. So otherwise you just won't be able to do matchups with those players, which will limit the number of people you can interact with when you're playing the game, because you need the data on your disc to encounter them. I don't think you can just say, well, it should just be free. But then I think that I guess what I'm saying is it's not a black and white thing. It's not, oh, Capcom's just milking people for money. I think that there's different models that are being attempted, and not all of them are equal. And I think it's just about figuring out which one works best. On disc DLC is definitely unethical. But again, if let's say that they don't put it on the disc, what will happen is when the DLC comes out, you're even whether you buy it or not, you're gonna download the characters because it's got to go on your hard drive so that you can fight against people who have the characters. So you could argue that because you've downloaded the data as part of a necessary patch to play the game against other people, that you now have the characters on your hard drive. So how does that work? I think that I don't know if Capcom had plans. Obviously they had plans to put this stuff out from the beginning. But I don't know, but basically where we're at now is they're not putting the characters on the disc. And I remember getting into a discussion with a friend of mine about this. And I said, well, what's going to happen is that they're just going to release season passes and make you download this stuff anyway. So you're not really changing anything, you know? I guess it's fine, but I think that things are worse now than they were when this game came out. In terms of, that kind of, now you got season passes and they're doing 3 or 4 seasons of characters, and they may have all of it ready to go before the game launches, and they're just they're just doing a drip of releases without telling anybody what's really going on, and we all just kind of have to what do you do about that? In Marvel Rivals, there's probably 5 or 6 characters that are ready to go and ready to be launched, and they're completely in the code or whatever it is, doesn't matter, and they just haven't released them officially, and you can't go into your data and see it because they haven't unlocked it or they haven't uploaded it to wherever it gets downloaded from. But that doesn't mean it's not there. So let me see. DLC is in and of itself is not bad. It is the current practices that ruin them. The problem with on-disc DLC is that the content is already made pre-release, so why not put it on the disc without restrictions and with a slightly higher price? It's basically paying $100 for a complete game. Compare this with the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with its roster. Yeah, but a bigger roster isn't necessarily a better game, because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a terribly unbalanced game with 50 characters, but most of them, well, not most of them, but a good chunk of them are kind of trash. But they're on there, so and I'm not defending this game. I'm trying to be as fair and charitable as possible to what the various ideas behind how you release things, because Samurai Showdown has a lot of they had a couple of seasons of characters. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R had characters. I don't know if they obviously didn't put them on the disc, but they certainly had them ready to go. So what I think what's going to happen now with fighting games, I think, and other games that have this same kind of model like hero shooters or whatever, is that if they have them ready to go, they're just not going to tell us. They're just going to leak it out, at their pace instead of putting it on the disc, which could be a way of saving time. It could be a way of saving, hard drive space. I don't know. Right? But what I would say is, what do you think the best way forward is? Should we just make everything free? You just buy the game once and everything else you just get? And if so, then how do they monetize? How do we pay these people after that? Right? Master Goa says, I don't do season passes, but I like the Nipponichi Disgaea model where you can buy your favorite character in just about all their games. I bought free air in several games. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the season passes either. I think that I don't know how to do it. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I get to decide whether or not it's worth my money. And that's kind of what it kind of boils down to, right? I played a lot of Rock Band, and you could buy songs. And the way that they did it was, songs were $2. Sometimes they were 99 cents. Sometimes you could buy a bundle, for a reduced price. I think it was 3 songs for $5 or an album for $10 if you like the band a lot. But the downside of that is that you can't play with people who don't have the songs, which is fine because there were thousands of songs, right? So and you would have to download the song on your computer or on your PlayStation in order to play it with people who had it. You both had to have it in order to make that work. Now, I wouldn't apply that model to fighting games because a character is not the same as a song, but I'm looking at the different models, right? So if I like a character, I will buy them across multiple games. Okay. DLC after 6 months is acceptable. Day 1 DLC is not. All right. Back in the day, we had expansions, a major update worth the money. Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you do, like... Okay, anyway, let me play some matches of Street Fighter X Tekken real quick, because I feel like I'm not even playing the game. It's been 20 minutes. So, I haven't played this in a while. I'm probably super rusty at it. Okay, so I'm just going to do versus, because there's a lot of characters to play. Floating this idea with esports in mind, let people pay for character rebalancing for online versus challenges. I know people hate nerfs to characters they get or pay for. Are you talking about hero shooters though? Let me see. All right. Another thing that hurt this game too when it came out, because it ended up underperforming. It's not just like the DLC thing. Actually, the major thing that was a problem, from what I looked up, I did a little research. Again, I apologize for the loud noise. There was an oversaturation of fighting games at this point. They had come out with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. What was the other one? Street Fighter 4 was still really big in the tournament scene, or Ultra Street Fighter 4, or Super Street Fighter 4, whatever it was. But yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Then there was even Third Strike Online Edition was out at the time. So there were so many fighting games that were so much bigger than this. Plus the last Tekken, I think it was Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. So this got lost in the miasma. But the other thing about this one is that apparently playing online, the timer was too short, so there were more time ups happening in online fights than actual finished fights. And so that was also an issue. Now, I never played the game online, I only played it locally, so I couldn't speak to that, but that makes a lot of sense, because I usually when I play fighting games, I play with unlimited time limit. So, and the gem system, yeah, I mean, I guess people can buy gems. I never did. I don't even really use it. I guess it kind of happens passively. And I think that, again, it was just one of these things that this is probably when fighting games in general were trying to be appealing to a broader audience of people. So they were adding in additional systems so that people who are more casual could like get something out of it. So like the gem, like for example, one of the gems was like some auto throw escape gem that you could have, so if somebody tried to throw you, you'd automatically break the throw if it was a regular throw, not a command throw. And that's probably for people who, you know, again, they're not good at the game. I wish they gave you an option to turn that off. I'd rather just play the game like, you know, without that mechanic in there. This is my hot take, but I hate the idea of balance in a fighting game. I get that people want to be able to kick ass with their favorite character who may suck, but I don't care. Well, I mean, like, it can be so imbalanced that it's unplayable. I think that was the truth is that if there is you can't get it perfect, but if you get it like pretty close, somebody can take a trash character and do really well with them. And you know what I mean? And somebody can take like a character that's supposedly the strongest and not win. So it really comes down, at the end of the day, it does come down to the skill of the player. So I hate the idea of balance. There's no way Dan should be able to stand up to Akuma. Well, I mean, but a good Dan player can beat an Akuma player. That's what I'm saying. So, all right. So, let me see. I don't. Okay, there's a lot of joke characters I don't play. Like, yeah, ugly. There's like box art Mega Man, which, you know, I guess they did it for the lulz. I believe this character was free anyway, as well as these little cats. There's like this cat that plays like Ryu, and then this cat that plays like Kazuya. But I don't play them, so they're just kind of joke characters. Pac-Man, I mean it's kind of cute actually, and he's driving a Mokujin mecha, which is kind of cool. But other than the joke characters and like the weird choice to put Cole in as a guest character from the Infamous franchise, which I guess, man, they really thought that was like, that they were cooking with that. I didn't really ever care for Infamous. I have it. I tried to get into it. Norwegian says play as the bear. Okay, but who is a good partner for the bear? I could team the bear up with Heihachi, I guess. I don't know how this is gonna work. All right, and who should I fight against? Infamous is pretty good. Yeah, it's all right. Let me see. I need to look at Kuma's moves because I don't know how to use him. What they did for this to make it work is they put a lot of Elisa. Elisa. And Lars, I guess. I don't really care for these anime characters. But like out of some JRPG characters. Teach women that not even the bear wants them. Alright, I don't know how well I'm gonna do here, so. The voice of Heihachi is still the guy who did Joseph from R.I.P. in peace.
It's all on the line.
Oh boy. Get out of here. Bear, baby. Get out of here. Oh man, disrespected.
Do you have what it takes?
I'm throwing that shit. Good going, Kuma. This is what Tekken Force has been reduced to? Alright. Welcome, Furious Dan. Welcome, everybody. Master Goa says, I had a friend who was amazing. Like, he could have been Evo tournament level player. He could practically do Tekken and Street Fighter with his eyes closed, but Evo wasn't a thing back then. Wow, you know, when I only got really competitive in Street Fighter. I didn't, like, do any, like, tournaments. There was, like, a couple local ones I did, and I think when I would go to, I used to go to conventions, I would do Street Fighter stuff there. I remember, man, in Street Fighter 4, I played Gen, I just demolished. Like, nobody knew what to do. Were the Heihachi jokes on the level of Chuck Norris jokes? I think he deserves them. Heihachi is something, right? Any other, what do you guys? Okay, let me tell you guys who's in this. So we got on the Tekken side. On the Street Fighter side, we got Akuma, Abel, Guile, Chun-Li, Cammy, Ryu, Ken, Sagat, Dhalsim, Rufus, Zangief. I could do a Zangief and King. How about that? Zangief and King. Balrog. Vega. Bison. I actually main Bison and Heihachi. That's my main team when I used to play this. Julie. Ibuki, Rolento, Blanca, Sakura, Guy, Cody, Poison, Hugo, Elena, Dudley, Mega Man, and then on the Tekken side you got Ogre, King, Marduk, Paul Phoenix. I like to team up Paul and Guile too, kind of like do the hair. Team Polnareff, Law, Julia Chang, Bob, or as I like to call him, Chris Farley, Steve Fox, another guy to team up with a boxer, Huarong, Lily, Asuka, Jin, Xiaoyu, I like to team her up with Chun-Li, Yoshimitsu, I like to team him up with Guy, Raven, Jack. You know, I gotta say, I really like, because personally I prefer the characters looking stylized over like something that's trying to resemble reality. And I really like the way that Capcom at this point, like with the way that their art style looked, it was very like Jack X looks he looks like a Robo Chad, okay? Like that is a Robo Chad right there. Brian Fury, Nina, Kazuya, Heihachi, Kuma, Lei Wulong, Christy Monteiro. Oh my god, I hate her. Yeah, and that's it basically. So. Gigabyte Chad, yeah. The game does look good, yeah it does. I was the best in Tekken 5 and 7. Yeah, I became 7th in a tournament, wow. Evo level friend would use joke characters to embarrass you, but that's how it should be, yeah. Some people just aren't cut out for fighting games. You and I are those people. Same, I remember my friend beating me off in Street Fighter 2 and Killer Instinct when we were in high school. Yeah, Killer Instinct was a little bit of a gimmicky game, to be honest. I got really into it for a while, but then you realize how it plays, and it was kind of a gimmicky game. Not gonna lie. Like, there wasn't a lot of that you could, places you could go, but I like what they did. Like, it had everything. It had, like, crazy combos and fatalities, you know? So, but, okay. So, I'm going to, if there's no one gonna make a suggestion, I'm going to do 2 wrestlers. So, let's do King. Because I love King. And Zangief. And I don't know, let me see, who should I fight again? I could do random, I guess. Let's see, who's a good complementary team? How about Julia and Sakura? I don't know how this is gonna go. Beat up ugly Mega Man. Oh, no, I don't know if I want to.
Cosmic Elevator.
Alright, let's see how I do.
Let the madness begin! Fight!
Suplex. Oh. Gotcha. Nature fights it back.
What will happen next?
DDT, bitch. His flex. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Ouch.
Will the tide of battle turn? Fight!
Oh. It's over, bitch. What's up? Oh.
Blue team wins!
I like how they translate his growls. Toxic masculinity for the win. Alright. Baldur's Gate 3 has bear sex. Yes, yes, we know. Well, this is the only kind of bear intimacy I wanna deal with is Kuma in this game. Yeah, Tekken definitely is in Baldur's Gate 3, that's right.
Jin.
Let's do Chun-Li and Xiaoyu.
すぐのお見舞いしてあげる。はいはいはい。
I could fight Mega Man and Pac-Man, I guess. Mega Man is pretty bad. He spams Fireball, basically what he does.
Urban War Zone.
Yeah, there are special canon team-ups. They're basically in the layout. It's like Chun-Li and Cammy is one of them. And Lily and Asuka.
本気でかかってきてよね。
He's all on the line. Fight.
What the fuck, Pac-Man? Pac-Man's kind of psychotic. Mega Man looks different. Yeah, a little bit. It's the box art. It's the box art Mega Man from the old 8-bit NES. I main Asuka, but I also like to play Lily. I like Asuka's countering ability, but Lily is graceful. That felt like an insult at the time because there hadn't been a Mega Man game for years. OG Mega Man appeared in Smash Ultimate. Yes. Yeah, I think I think we felt trolled, but I don't think that OG Mega Man would have worked in a game like this. But again, I see them as joke characters, like Pac-Man. I mean, really? If you just want to indulge in weirdness, I guess. But okay, let's do Yoshimitsu. So like, oh yeah, the canon ones are basically the ones next to each other. So like, Chun-Li and Cammy is one. Ken and Ryu is one. Kazuya and Nina are one. Like that. Brian and Jack.
Cross. Raven.
Raven and Yoshimitsu.
Xiao
Yu and Jin. I assume that. I don't know, that's weird. Sagat and Dulcim. It's a strange team up, but they needed to get him in there. And Rufus and Zengi. And so on. So basically, like, the two that are next to each other are the canon team ups. If you want, I could pick one so you can see what it looks like. I'd just do Ken and Ryu, I guess. It's like what I know. Even though I haven't picked this game up in forever, I'm pretty sure I can play these guys. It wouldn't be a big deal. And we'll do Asuka and Lily. By default, they kind of like, you know, they suggest that you play their canon team up, but obviously you can do whatever you want. So.
Pandora's box.
And you get to see like a nice little interaction with them. Some of them are better than others, but you know.
共に戦えるのは久しぶりだな、ケン。そうだな。悪いな。俺たちが勝つぜ。
うちが先や。私ですか？もうなんでもええわ。聞いてまうで。フルボッコですか？
Let the madness begin.
いい戦いになりそうだ。
Ooh, that was nice. Okay. That's another thing too, is that every character has one special move that you can charge up to 2 levels. So if you charge it to the first level, it does a EX version, which normally would take a bar of meter, because we have 3 meters at the bottom, 3 bars. It would normally take a bar, but if they let you charge it up, you can do it for free. And if you charge it all the way, you get to do a super, and it doesn't cost you any meter either. And every character can do that. So. I don't play Ken a lot, so. Bros versus hoes. Damn, Ryu. Yes, you can sacrifice your partner. I don't ever use it because it's another thing that that was an issue with this game, was that essentially that was like throwing essentially. So. Oh, I missed it. Overhead. The background looks like the neon prehistoric creatures having a rave. Yeah, it's just like something from the story. It's just there to serve the gameplay, really. They went insane on the extra mechanics. Yeah, there's more here than needs to be, honestly, but all right, let's do yeah, I was gonna do Yoshimitsu and Guy. Let's do that. Yoshimitsu is something else. A weird fucking character. And I'll fight the canon team of Paul and Law, maybe? Or I could do Lei and Christy, or one of these over here, Abel and Guile.
Abel, Ryu, Cam,
Let's do this. No, actually, no. Let's do Rolento and Ibuki. They're a team too.
Hideout.
Abel sounds cool. Yeah, he's like French, like, I don't know, kind of a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, I think. He does throws and stuff. Master Goa says, since this is still a Tekken related stream, please watch Wang's Tekken Tag 2 ending before you end stream. Okay, try to do that.
Let's do this. Will the tide of battle turn? Fight!
Got him. Zuki is really thick for a woman that small.
Do you have what it takes? Fight!
I was trying to figure out how to do that. Got him. Let's see what you guys are saying.
Blue team wins.
Just checking something here. So we're still good. We're still good. Yeah, so basically the game has a lot of very simplified systems. There's this one kind of combo that you can use if you can land it that will, you know, do a nice amount of hits, decent damage, and it'll trade your character in. I don't know if you just call it like a Gatling combo or something like that, but let's do another combination. I want to try Steve and Dudley. That's classy English boxers. How about that? And let's see. I'll fight against maybe Jin and Xiaoyu, or I'll let you guys make a suggestion. Balrog and Vega, maybe.
Balrog.
See how that goes. But yeah, Steve normally teams up with Hwarong.
Jurassic Era Research Facility.
Who's your favorite Street Fighter character? What's up, Curious Dan? Well, that's hard. I mean, like, every game I picked a different main, but like I still play the old ones too. So I think right now though it's got to be Gen from Street Fighter 4. Oh, I forgot that he does the Steve doesn't play like the other guys do. Let me switch him out for seconds. Get those cheeks. Yeah, Gen is one of them. I do play a lot of Chun-Li and Vega. Ryu I'm probably the best with, but I could play any character though, really. These days I like Ken, the non-cuck version. Back in the day I liked Honda. Yeah, I had a friend who played Ken all the time, so I didn't play him. Steve-kun! Dude, like, you notice that all the men in this game have fucking square-ass jaws? Like, what happened to that? Like, what happened to the men looking like men and the women looking like women in games? Look at this dude. Love Alex in the background. Yeah. A lot of nice little nods. Alright, speaking of, like, Giga Chad faces, let's do Guile. I'll team him up with Brian Fury because they're both kind of military, you know? Or I could do Jack. Which one? Jack's like Schwarzenegger, basically.
Brian.
I mean, I know Brian's kind of psycho, but... I totally, like, played Brian when he first came out because we had the same name. I was like, I'm gonna play Brian Fury. But, yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. He's an okay character. He's not my favorite to play in Tekken, but I can play him.
Steve. Balrog. Sonya. Chun-Li. Guy. Cody. Vega. Rufus.
Team Polnareff, I'll do that next time.
Guy.
Let's do Guy and Cody. Let's do the Mad Gear Hideout. Is it? Oh, this is the Mishima Estate. This is a good stage. Which is basically just Osaka Castle for some reason. They like to make Osaka Castle like a featured area in a lot of fighting games. Yeah, not a lot of stages. Well, they stopped expanding on it because of the sales, so probably could have done more.
It's all or nothing.
Look at Brian got like these ape arms.
What will happen next? Do you have what it takes?
Okay. Easy operation.
One team wins.
Yeah, a lot of characters, not a lot of stages, unfortunately. Guys who can't control themselves are always the first to die on the battlefield. Yes, you teamed up with this guy? I don't know if you noticed, but Brian's a little off. all right. Let's do Paul, Phoenix, and Guile.
Paul.
Oh no, that's the wrong guy. There we go. And we'll fight against Lei and Steen, I guess. Steen is basically just female Eddie Gordo. Which means extra friendly to button mashers.
Bad Gear Hideout.
Lei Wulong, when I heard he was going to be in this, I was like, how are they going to do all of those fighting styles? And, I mean, it's obviously stripped down. He's not nearly as in deep as he was, but they tried to make Eddie likable by giving him tits. They failed.
Are you ready? Fight!
Oh, you bitch. out of there. Stop it! Sick kick.
Easy ablation.
Will the tide of battle turn? Fight!
He does a Terry Bogard. Whoa. Paul was Kazuya's rival until they made him into a joke character. Yeah, they got rid of that. They still, I guess Paul still tries to make him his rival, but they went completely like gone with that. It's over. Oh my god, bitch. Bitch is absolutely insane. Get out of here. Don't forget that fucking punch, bro. You know what would be really disgusting too is teaming up Christy with Elena. You can do that. That's like fucking just wreck her. There you go.
Blue team wins.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Paul Phoenix is one of these characters in Tekken that just seems to have not evolved that much. And you know, and he would have been fine like in the first Tekken. He was very straightforward. Like he did these really strong punches. Basically, and he was like really direct, you know, like a just karate guy, powerful punches, some good kicks, not exactly like elegant, not exactly complex. And they added some like complexity to him, but he hasn't really changed that much. He's sort of like Guile actually, because Guile's the same way. He hasn't changed much. Meanwhile, like, you know, a lot of the newer Tekken characters, they just got way more like in depth, you know. Paul smack Christy back to the kitchen. Elena is rightfully hated because of her healing. Yeah, imagine that Elena and Christy team up is just gross. So I think I'm gonna fight them. Okay, so let me see, 12-15. Let's try, let me see, another matchup would be good. Oh, how about this one? I don't know how well, I'm probably not gonna do very good, but let's do Bob and Rufus. And I'll fight against Jack and Elena. Yes, the robot, right? Or Jack and Hugo. Those guys are like the biggest characters, I think. The biggest against the biggest. Team Carb.
It's not 109.
Bob and Rufus are fat, but they're fast. It's like basically Chris Farley and Kevin James.
It's all on the line.
Oh shit.
Do you have what it takes?
Get in there, Bob. Chunk versus Chad. Chungus.
No, Blake!
Ooh, that was good. Okay, juggles. What? I wasn't in the air anymore. That was crazy. Got dive kicks. That ass.
Blue team wins.
I used to be pretty dangerous with Rufus, though. I used to be. I have to look at the moves list. I feel like I'm not doing these guys justice. I think I'm gonna like quickly look up some. Okay, so let me do some of my go-tos. So I think I do Kazuya and Ryu, even though they probably wouldn't get along. But I main Kazuya and Ryu, so. And let's see. Who should I fight again? I can do Ogre and Akuma. I mean, it probably won't be that bad. Evil Ryu is a bit of an edgelord. He's not in this. There's no Evil Ryu. Alright, let's see. What level do I want to do? Blast Furnace. There aren't like a lot that I really like. But let's do the half pipe, I guess? No, that isn't. Let's do the Mishima estate. That's fine. It's both the Ryu stage from the original Street Fighter was like the top of that castle, but it's also the Mishima estate, which is rightfully belongs to Kazuya. So they both show me their backs. Okay. Ogre could be a JoJo character. Yeah, he's totally like a pillar man. I think that's what they were when they put him in this game. When Capcom did it, they were looking at their Gil and Seth and Urian. Oh my god, dudes, come on. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that! Oh shit, I did not mean to do that. That's the Pandora thing, I did not mean to do that.
Time over.
Was that the end of the... That's not the whole... I didn't lose my meter or anything, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, alright. That was a mistake. Oh, nice one. Okay, I lost 2 rounds. Gotta get serious now. Gonna go down 1 more floor. All right.
Do you have what it takes? Fight!
Crossed him up.
真の戦いの道はまだ遠い。
It's all or nothing now. Fight!
そこだ。
Fuck it. That elbow. Super elbow. Look at those guys in the background. Those are all guys you can fight in the Tekken Force mode on Tekken. Those like guys with claws and shit. Pretty sure that that's when you play Tekken Force mode, there are enemies like that. Kazuya was really fun in Smash Ultimate. I never see. I'd like to play the Smash games. There's a lot of really great characters in there, but I never got to play that one. So, unfortunately. All right. Let's see. Let me go to main menu. I wanna do a little bit of practice and then like do a match. So, see what my moves are. So I feel like I'm not really getting the most out of this. And it's been so long. Street Fighter characters I don't have a problem with, so I'm just gonna mess around with some Tekken characters.
Jack Xiaoyu.
Heihachi. I definitely want to play Heihachi in a match. And technically together.
Urban Warzone.
Urban Warzone.
Are you ready?
All right. Light, medium. That's the old 1, 2, 3. Wait. Oh, is it back? No. Oh. I see. Oh, okay. All right. Noogie. Well, lightning, crush, forward, and light kick. Right. Chrome dome is. Oh no. There it is. Headbutt. Hammer punch. Okay. Is there a way to Ishomon, the low attack. And, yeah, this is it right here. And this. Oh, okay, that's good. Double palm strike. Okay. Muso Tetsui. So there's this one or this one. Muso Mageki, so he's got a couple of different ones. Wait, what? Those look the same. Ah. Okay. And let's see. Dragon Punch. Okay. Or Rising Uppercut. Sorry. Little one, medium one, and the big one. I wonder if I can, I can't. Wait. Ah. Okay. The counter. Hell Axe. Okay. The spin kick. Demon Breath. Short one, a long one, and a big one. Alright. And Bear, let me see. Let me look at Puma's moves really quick. No, wait, that's... I mean, that looks the same. Ah. Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, that's a classic. G-Clef Cannon. Here it is. That's the Michelle Chang combo right there. Bear Smash. Big Tree. Oh, I gotta do a hunting stance. What's that? Oh. They got most of them in there. Hunting Spear. Bear Hug. Okay. That's funny. Outstanding Man says, hello everyone, happy to join you all for Let's Play of one of many Street Fighter X Tekken. Oh, the memories playing this on PS3 back in the day. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Same to you, man. Okay, Feral Crouch. So I got that. Special moves, Rock and Roll Circus. throw. Okay, you know, could have been in this too is Roger or Alex. Throw him. Okay, Megaton Claw. Oh wait, is that what it is? Let me see. Wait. Oh, that's Megaton Claw. Okay. Megaton Crawl, Grizzly Smash. Okay. Headbutt. It's basically does the Heihachi headbutt. That's the Heihachi headbutt. Lean into that. Frolicking Bear. Whee! All right, and yeah, that's it. Kuma. Welcome, outstanding man, to the show. Okay, let's do go back to command, or I'm sorry, let's exit. Let's do a playthrough. I got 20 minutes. I'm gonna try to do one arcade playthrough. I haven't played this in a while. Well, it's just too hard. I don't think I want to. And we're gonna do Heihachi and Bison. Okay. My two favorite fighters are in this are Law and Chun-Li. Oh, that's pretty good.
You may remember an earlier report about a meeting.
I'm gonna skip this. Bob and Julia. Oh, basically, when you play the arcade mode, I think all of the teams you fight against are like the canon ones, because I'm pretty sure these two work together.
時間があまりないようで。じゃあよろしくね、ボブ。
任せておきな。
Bob trying to get into his pants, trying to colonize her fucking. Bob is trying to colonize Julia's fertile lands. Team America.
What will happen next? Fight!
Ooh, bitch. Fuck Bob. Ooh, nice one, nice one. And you're gonna pay for that one. Hey, Hachi, you got this? Get out of here. See what you want about Heihachi. He works hard for what he looks like. To to stay peak. He's the only guy that makes like male pattern baldness look cool. Okay. What's up? Great Indoors. Julie Sim 2. What game is this? SNK versus Namco. No, this is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Unfortunately, a short-lived franchise, but I still have the disc, so still play it.
Are you ready? Fight!
No, you don't. What you trying to do, bitch?
Holy! Look at all this damage!
Now, Blake! Fight! Stay clear!
I ain't fucking with you.
You win!
Oh, this is going to be good, Ken Ryu. It's over. The Bison and Heihachi combo. Cody and Guy.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
It's all or nothing! Fight!
Take it!
Whoa! Nice one, nice one.
Can't back down now. Fight.
Throwing rocks at me. What the fuck? You don't know who I am? Oh boy. Oh, fuck this guy. Would have been better if the canon teams were one Tekken and one Street Fighter character. Yeah. I mean, people had to know they were going to combine them, but I think what they were thinking is that people would, it would bring the Tekken fans and the Street Fighter fans together.
Nice!
Blanca and Sakura. Remember, they're both students of Dan.
Are you ready?
For some reason. Would you? Blanca was checking those student cams.
Don't blink! Fight!
Dance on your face. Heihashi's standing makes him look like from a different game. I like how cartoony the Tekken characters look. Especially Heihachi. Look at that fucking mouth on him. That mustache. That chin. Dude, these guys are all like high T. These are all high T characters. Yoshimitsu and Raven. Oh, fucking ninjas. This is the best. Okay, so Yoshimitsu's had a lot of outfits. Look at that's pretty cool, right? Yoshimitsu's had a lot of outfits, but this one, which is the one from Tekken 3, is probably my favorite. I'm glad they went with this one. None of that. Ooh, okay. Fuck out of here. PS3. This is PS3. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. I assume it is, but. Oh. Oh, you want to grab people by the foot? Here. Okay, all right. You're creating some trouble there, Raven. Out of here. Nope.
You win!
Bison and Heihachi are just living their best life. Just me and the boys. We're cracking open a cold one. Raven is in no way based on Wesley Snipes' Blade. All similarities between them are entirely coincidental. Yes. Yes, of course. Nina and Kazu.
Let's do this!
Oh, is that how it is, bitch? Okay, Kazi, okay. Whoa, okay, alright. Son, I am disappointed. That's the whole, that's the entire Mishima clan. I can do that too, motherfucker. I didn't even need to bring in Bison. He could just chill on the bench. The Yang in the background. I don't know what kind of plans you have, but you have negotiated with the wrong person. We on the final boss? Yeah. So the final boss is either, I think it's Bison and your Jury. It might be it might also be somebody else, but I think it is just them. Oh no, it's Jin and Xiao Yu, I think it's the other boss. So there's a Tekken boss and there's a Street Fighter boss. The Bison smile.
Are you ready?
No, bitch.
What will happen next?
Elbow him in his chest. Now this looks like a JoJo battle, so it's over already. There's still one more boss. I think I'm fighting Akuma. It's either Akuma or Ogre, depending on who you're first. Maybe it's depending on who your primary character is. So if the first character you picked was a Tekken character, then because I picked Heihachi first, then the final boss is a Street Fighter character, so I'm fighting Akuma. This is before Akuma kills Heihachi in Tekken 7, and then Heihachi comes back in Tekken 8 because you just can't get rid of Heihachi. You need him. You need him. He's basically like central to the Tekken franchise, especially because he's inspired by a very manly Heihachi character in anime, which we'll look at after this match is over. So it's just Akuma by himself, so he's obviously like OP and shit, but I think it's dual, maybe. Nope. Fuck out of here, bitch. Heihachi is Dom, Bison is sub. Oh, you. Oh, I missed him. Get out of there, Bison. None of that. You're out. I'm like 70 years old. I don't give a fuck. It's like, you know, old people. They got one more fight left in them. They don't give a fuck. Damn. What the fuck is going on in the background? Pandora's box is going crazy. It's just a random fucking... Okay, let me find this Wang ending. And there was something else I wanted to show you. I can't remember it now.
Was finally located. It had already been
that I mentioned I was gonna look at.
Around the time when the box was believed to have been opened, several eyewitnesses reported seeing a pillar of light, followed by showers of bright flower-like objects. However, whatever the contents of the box may have...
Oh, the unlikely time-up Nina Williams and Kazuma Shima team-up. Those two have done business together in all Tekken games for assassination jobs. Nina tried killing Jin Kazama many times. Yeah, that was like... They had to make it work somehow, so... Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Wang Jinrei ending.
Except for those who have opened the box.
Right. There was something else I was going to look at. I can't remember it now. T-Rex rave. Get your death battle out of the publicly funded youth skate park. The credits are kind of bland.
The secret of Pandora turned out to be the power to restore one's youth. Unfortunately, Heihachi instinctively dodged the light from the box, missing his chance.
Heihachi went young in Tekken Tag 2, I think. It was like a young Heihachi you could play as.
If only he had a younger body. Pandora was taken in for study, but it never glowed again. This brought understanding the mystery behind its power to a dead end. Now that Kuma had been reverted to a younger age, thanks to Pandora, Heihachi considered dissecting him for answers. But after having taken care of the young cub, he changed his mind and looked for another way to replicate the power of Pandora. In the meantime, Heihachi's quest for global domination continues to move forward.
Thank you for playing. Presented by Capcom.
All right, let me just get the right link here. Okay. So this is the Tekken Tag 2 ending. I'm just going to look at it really quick while I wrap up here. Let me see if you guys can hear this okay. Turning off the system. All right. And let's see. Let's play it. Yeah, it looks like this is right. Oh, Dr. Boskanovich. And he speaks Chinese, Mandarin too. That's cool.
我把这个问题跟大家共享， 希望能够一起找到出路。
Wang, Jinpachi, Dr. Boskanovich, and I don't know who that guy is. Can't tell.
被关注。总之，就是想要被
I want to be a stud.
それはそうと友よ。お前は前作でアザゼルを倒した後、死んではいなかったか。
是的。
I used to play Wang a lot because I like playing the old man character.
正是因为超越了生死，才能有现在这样的成就。
They were so close to killing a no-name character like you.
深い開発チームのおかげでここにおるというのが実態だろう。現実を見ないと巧妙など見出せんぞ。
你都在我的手上变成过沙子。
Yeah, that was Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection.
想想，我也可以算作上次没有死吧。
それで生死を超越した存在とは称し、それはまさにわしにこそふさわしい言葉じゃ。
Тише, тише. Давайте успокоимся. Что вы скажете о моих потомках? Алиса, Брайан, Йошимицу и Джек. Все они зависят от меня. Пока живы они, я в известной степени буду жить
What language is he speaking?
Создатель.
お主自身が活躍してるわけではあるまい。
是吗？那你也不受欢迎。
It's true. Boskanovich is a joke character. You wouldn't even couldn't even stay erect. But could be fun for people who don't just want to play something that's impossible to read.
Как насчет того, чтобы самовыразиться радикально новым способом? Например, драться бензопилами или бить реактивным кулаком. Если хотите, я могу обессмертить вас.
Cyber Wang, let's go! Oh, he's the Lily's butler. Yeah. Is he playable? Is that character you can play? Cyber butler, let's go. Ganryu, Baek. Oh, Ganryu's in 7.
反正我还是享受欢迎。来得正好。
Or Baek. I liked him. Okay, that was funny. That was funny. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up there. See what you guys are saying. Greatest line ever. There's no evidence that I actually died. Yeah. Lily's butler. He's actually speaking Russian. Yep. The butler's playable in Tekken Tag Tournament 2? The butler is? Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I know that Wang is in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 because that's his ending, but that's pretty cool. The battle is in Tekken 7. Baek be like, yeah, yeah. Baek was my nigga though. That was one of the first Taekwondo character that was insane. Hwoarang came out after Baek. Baek was in Tekken 2 if I remember correctly. And remember Bruce Irvin, the fucking Thai boxer guy? Yeah. Anyway, I've gone over time, so I really got to wrap it up. But thanks guys for coming on the show. Thanks for checking out Street Fighter Cross Tekken, so you guys can see. It's actually a decent game that unfortunately has some bad PR and there were some bad choices made on, certain people in Capcom. So, but I think that if you own a copy, it's like I already own it and I play locally and stuff. I didn't even really pay attention to the gem stuff. But I like the game. I like the art design and stuff like that. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I probably won't see you guys until next week because I'm gonna be going to Chicago to say goodbye to my friend that passed away, and we're gonna have a celebration of life, is what they call it. There's no funeral; they can't afford it. He's just gonna be cremated, and we're gonna meet up and do a little celebration of life event with some friends and family. So I'll be in Chicago tomorrow. Today, this is my last show until I come back, assuming I do, and there isn't like a diverse pilot. But we'll see. So anyway, with all that said, I'm going to end the show there. Thanks, guys, for coming on the stream with me. If you guys like this video, please hit like, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, hit the bell for notifications. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about Street Fighter X Tekken. And please share the video because sharing is caring. Thanks, guys, so much for coming on today's show. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Long live Vivian.
With the glass ceiling broken, all the oppressed groups shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people, and maybe say it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe say we don't want you around if you're going to be a cunt.
Yeah.
And hateful. And that the games industry is diverse naturally. Not because anyone's making them be diverse. Because the world is diverse, you stupid motherfucker. And if you have a problem with that, come fight me. Physically. Bitch.
Has anyone taken you up on that yet?
No, because they're all pussies.
Yep.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.